Anyway, hey everybody, welcome to OUTTAKE ESL. It's Sean. What I'd like to go through today is a presentation I did for my 5th graders. I would consider it kind of a low beginner. And it's based on, or intermediate beginner, somewhere like in the mid. If you're going to say beginners, maybe you could do low beginner or high beginner. It's kind of about maybe medium or low beginner. And it's called Help. And it was just kind of a lesson I would do in 1 week. I felt there was a lot of incidental language involved, so I wasn't really I felt maybe it was going to be a little difficult for the classes and their proficiency level. But in their textbooks, one of their modules or one of their units did a lesson on helping someone, and this kind of preceded ability. So I figured I would take at least a week and touch upon it and do at least one lesson with it. So this is kind of maybe a 1 week lesson. Maybe you have a short week or something like that, and you have an extra class, and you don't want to do this kind of lesson for that. What it's called Help, and let's get started. Let's go through it. I introduced a new game here, a game called Gridlock, and for this you're going to have to on your chalkboard, you want to draw a grid of maybe 6 columns and 5 rows, so 30 squares, and then you want to make a copy of that for yourself. And I do multiple ones, so I have different options when playing the game. And each one of these X's here is kind of where the points are. So each one of these X's on this grid here would be where the points are. And basically you write on the chalkboard, you write letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G until you get to 27, and the remaining ones the remaining empty squares, I just put numbers in there. And during the course of the class or during the course of the game, you just whenever you want to give a player a chance to play, you say, okay, give me either a letter, so they can say A, or they can say F, or they can say C, and what you do is so C, this is locked, so no point. Usually I draw a 0 because it's a lot easier to draw. And why doesn't it want to do that? Let's go back. Go back. And then maybe let's say, okay, E. So unlocked, so that would be a check mark. So on the board, you just erase the E, put a check mark there, and then give your team a point, right? And if they say C, all right, C lock. So you erase C on the board, draw a 0, and they get no point. Okay. That's Gridlock, and we just play it. Now for the higher levels, I will start to ask them, give me a word. Give me a word that begins with a letter. So like, for example, A, apple, or B, banana, or G, gorilla, or D, dog. Anything they want to think of. You'll get a lot of times I'll give you things like NBA, WC, and I allow all that. I allow names, verbs, anything. Sure, S, sure, if they want to say Y, U, anything like that. It's just, I'm looking for a word here to keep them thinking about their spelling and pronunciations. I start off all my classes with the salutation, with the greeting. So it's Mr. Sardo. Good afternoon, Mr. Sardo. And this is usually how you get your first points on the board. Maybe I'll do 2 students or 4 students and just kind of go through my name list and have a quick morning greeting. Usually say, glad to see you, so-and-so. How are you today? Give them the answers. Okay, why don't you try and give your team a point here. Pick a letter. A. We go through class rules. Here I'm going to probably start to add a few new ones. I think it would be appropriate to Buyao Jianjia. Buyao Jianjia. Don't scream. That's something I'm going to have to add into my lessons. But please listen. Please sit down. No eating, no drinking in class. And speak English. This is an important one. Maybe I want to skip over the other ones if I see they're behaving pretty well. Maybe I'll skip over the other ones and just go right to this one and say, of course, what would like everybody to do is to speak English. And then I start off my class with some pronunciation, with some phonics, and I kind of introduce it as, all right, let's get our mouths warmed up, because this is oral English, so we need to get our voices warmed up and our mouths all working. Here I did some letters. So I had the letter V. These are kind of particularly letters that Chinese students and most foreign students have difficulty with these letters, this pronunciation of them. So we go over V. Usually I'll say, what's this letter? V. Now it sounds, and here on the blackboard I will draw the phonetic symbol, and I will also draw kind of the mouth position. So V, with teeth touching. As in, most of the time they don't really know this, they know flowers, but I have had students remember it. V vase. V vase. Here we got W, another problem, another sort of trouble spot for pronunciation. W, w. Kind of draw the w. As in, anybody know? Anybody know? Web. Get everybody to repeat. F. What's it sound like? F. F. Pronunciation. And here it's kind of fun. I like to, when I'm doing phonics, I like to, get them to repeat that. Repeat that. Do all kinds of variations just to kind of get that sound in their head. Get them to used to, identifying with that sound, whether it's or just to get their mouths sort of used to that position. And they usually know this one. What's this here? Fish. So maybe somebody knows that. So everybody, fish. I'll go to the board. Pick a letter. Now with F, I decided to do all the other kind of combinations that have the same pronunciation, the same sound. So double F, as in coffee. Very good. Point out the double F's, coffee, f. Also PH, also f, like elephant. Very good. Point out the PH, elephant. And then I said sometimes GH, also f, like when I do this, What's he doing? Anybody know? Looks like coffee. Laugh. So we do that, and then we get into the kind of pronunciation. This is where I'm just, every time looking for someone to get it correctly, and then we go to the game. So I'll put this word up here, show the picture. So this is what we call this here. We call this place A. Maybe they should know this one, so I'll point to the board. F. And then maybe they don't know this, so I'll say E, O, the. What's the word? Field. Get them to work out the word in their minds. This is kind of a car, but it's a big car. And here's what we usually call it. What's this here? V. This is maybe some people know it, some people won't. Van. Very good. Sometimes I'll go through it. Van. Go through it a couple times. Class repeat. Van. Just go through it like that to get them to kind of pick up, do it a little bit quicker and quicker. Sometimes they figure it out and they'll shout it out. So if they do that, I will, I'll say, okay, what is it? And then they can repeat it, and then I'll give them a chance to play the game. This is a kind of animal. We call it what is this? You can listen to, they usually should know F. That's what we're practicing. This is an A. What's the word? Box. Very good. Okay, this is when I what do? I cough. Here's something you should know. You look out and that's an O. So it's window. That's one they usually know, so you'll get a lot of students just kind of shouting it out. I usually give them. If they shout it out correctly, sometimes it's the first one I hear. Sometimes I'm adamant about the first person who puts their hand up, so I can call upon them. Kind of depends how I want to move the class along. This is what we call this place here. So I got a k, e. And that's kind of the important thing, is most of the time is you want to sort of, whatever consonant sound you're practicing or whatever vowel sound you're practicing, you want to get them to sort of use it to pronounce it when they see it, when they're reading it. So this has got both of them. So this is a w, and this is a, and what's this? The. So this is when we do this wave. And here I'm kind of, my practice is to do repetitions, the 3, 2, 1, basically most of the time. But sometimes I just kind of do three times doing it, and do the blend sounds. This is called a, what's this here? Fa. This is o, t, o, t. And vacuum. And this, whale, win, so maybe win. All right. And like I said, I do that every class to get warmed up. This is my warm-up, basically, is that phonics. I use it as my warm-up. Then we get into the sort of the topical part of the lesson, or the conversational part, where we talk about help. And here I ask them to listen and repeat, kind of make a game out of it. Who can repeat what they say?
Would you mind lending me a hand?
What did he say?
Would you mind lending me a hand?
Would you mind lending me?
Sure. What can I do for you?
Sure. What can I do for you?
Could you hold the door open for me?
What'd she say?
Could you hold the door open for me?
Sometimes I keep the practice of doing it 3 times.
Could you hold the door open for me?
Can I get it? Can we get it?
No problem. Is there anything else?
This, I think, was probably a little bit difficult for 5th graders, even though this I took from ESL Library, and they kind of have it. They classify it as a beginner lesson also, but I felt that for my grade it was a little bit too advanced, so they had a lot of trouble with it. So a lot of times you have to kind of give them the lines and maybe just leave a word out and have them try and focus on that word.
Actually, there's a door downstairs too.
Okay, so actually there's a door. Actually there's a door where?
Actually, there's a door downstairs too.
Downstairs too.
Could you get that one as well?
Could you get that one as well?
Of course.
It's a quick listening dialogue that was taken from ESL Library. And then I have this exercise here to introduce kind of the things we do to help, or what you might request for help. Like here, this is kind of words they should be familiar with. If not, you're introducing it as vocabulary or phrases. So Guangbi Chang Hu, close the window. It's really my way of also discovering what they know and what they don't know, what they call. This one they pretty much know. This one they know. Take a photo, take a picture, okay. This they know. Speak Chinese. This they know. A little bit difficult because you have a phrasal verb here, and they kind of turn off the light. But when you talk about kaidong is Chinese, it's open, so they would say open the light, and it's kind of a distinction that needs to be something you have to. It's hard to explain these things. Remember, because they don't have a lot of the language. You need to explain operating something or opening a circuit or something like that. So you just kind of say different. Open, turn on, turn on. Different, different, different. Open, turn on. And then on this one, which is something to know because we went over throwing the ball in abilities. So throwing the ball. So the phrases I wanted to work with here, and now I just kind of go through and see which ones they remember. So I say, okay, what's this mean? What's this mean? Look for somebody to say it. Close the window, close the window, good. Spin the wheel. If it lands on a star, they get a chance to play the game. If it doesn't land on a star, they don't get to play. So just kind of go around. Who remembers what this means? Open the door, open the door. Who remembers what this means? And you just all, whenever they get it, somebody gets it correctly, you might ask, take a, I don't know, okay. Take a picture, yeah, that's a good, or take a photo also. So we go through that vocabulary, just kind of review it really quickly, and then I introduce kind of the requesting help. So could you go through all the squares again, turn off the light, speak Chinese, throw the ball, open the door, make a call, speak English, take a picture. I get to my name list and I say, okay, so-and-so, could you turn off, could you speak Chinese? No, next person, so-and-so, could you speak English? Yes, alright, so go to the board and give me a letter. Could you take a picture? So-and-so, could you close the window? Yes, alright, give me a letter. Then I have a listening exercise here, and for this you kind of have to do a little preparation here. So I want to know which picture I'm talking about. So I go through it with them first, and broken, open, heavy, it's kind of a new one, empty, blind, dirty. Words like blind were in their textbook, and I was just kind of, that was where I was kind of like, that's a lot of explaining to do. And it's hard to explain how do you help a blind person, could you help me walk across the road or something like that. So that's why I was kind of a little bit of difficulty approaching this lesson, other than just to make it a request for help. So anyway, with this exercise, I have some. I have the exercises here written down, and I have just a little sort of couple of sentences. And what I'll say, okay, number one, which one is it? A, B, C, D, E, or F? What am I talking about? Tom is blind. He can't see. Can you help him? Tom is blind. He can't see. Can you help him? Which one did I was talking about? E. Very good. Number 2. It's cold. The door is open. Could you please close it? Door open. Okay. 3. I'm hungry. These plates are dirty. Could you wash them? Very good. Number 4. I'm late. My bike is broken. Could you fix it? I kind of wanted to start out just with a reason why I'd be requesting help, because they kind of introduced the idea of being blind would be a reason for asking for help. Number 5. I'm tired. This box is heavy. Could you lift it? And last one, usually they know this one. And I'll say, I'm thirsty. My glass is empty. Could you please fill it? Say, what is it? D. Yeah, very good. Empty. So quick listening exercise, and then we get to this exercise. All right, so here I want to give you the reason and then why, the kind of help you would request. So we say, it is broken. Could you what? Could you close it? Could you lift it? Could you wash it? Or could you fix it? Who knows? Let's see, broken. Yeah, could you fix it? All right, let's see what the next one is. All right, it is what? It is dirty. Maybe you want to get somebody to say the sentence for you. It is dirty. So what do I say? Could you what? Could you close it? Could you lift it? Could you wash it? Could you lift it? Could you lift it? No. Could you wash it? Dirty. It is dirty. Could you wash it? Dirty. Wash it. Let's say it is open. It is so-and-so. It is open. Could you close it? And lastly, it is heavy. It is heavy. Could you lift it? Very good. Then I go through another round of say it in English. This time I wanted to talk about some of the words we were just using. Broken. It is broken. Some of the reasons. 这东西好脏. What's that? What am I saying? It's dirty. Good. 它是开放的. It is open. It is heavy. We just go through the reasons. You would ask for help there. The ones we just kind of went through. Then I have a second listening exercise. This one I wanted to talk about needing somebody. Well, I need something needs help, so it needs something. Right? So here I say number one. We go through it. A, drive. B, fix. C, lift. D, read. E, fly. And F, play basketball. Listen up, listen up. Okay, number one. I need a teacher to help me. I can't read English. So I need a teacher to help me. I can't read English. Which one am I talking? D, can't read. And here, number two, you can't drive. So I was trying to and this was part of their textbook, I can't do something, so I need help, or I need something to be done. So here was kind of stressing I can't do something. Or you can't drive. Number two, you can't drive. You are too young. You need a driver. Okay. Number three, we can't play basketball. We don't know how. We need a coach. He can't fly a plane. He doesn't know how. He needs a pilot. She can't lift the box. She is too small. It's too heavy for her. And last one. I can't fix it. It's too difficult. I need a repairman. So the idea here was to stress what do you need? If you can't do something, what do you need? So we go into this exercise. So if I say I can't fly, I need what do I need? Do I need a teacher, a driver, a pilot, or a coach? Get a student, just like the last exercise. I can't fly. I need a pilot. Oops. Yeah, if I say I can't play basketball, I need a... I say I can't drive, I need a... And lastly, if I say I can't read, I need a teacher. Okay, so now if I say I need a driver, let's say I need a driver. Why? A, because I speak English. I need a driver, speak English? No. I need a driver. G, drive. Yes, I need a driver? Yes, very good. Let's say I need a pilot. I need a pilot because I can't what? Teacher? I can't teacher? No. I can't eat. I can't fly? Yes, very good. Now I can't speak English. I can't speak English. What do I need? I need a coach? No. B, play basketball? I can't speak. No. F, pilot? I can't speak English? No. Teacher, right, very good. If I say I can't fly, what do I need? I need a... Speak English? No. I need a pilot. If I say I can't play basketball, what do I need? I need a coach. If I say I need a teacher, why do I need a teacher? Because I can't Driver? No. I can't play basketball? No. I can't speak English? Yes. I can't drive, so I need play basketball? I need driver? Yeah, very good. All right. That exercise, just kind of playing with the idea of I can't and I need. Move on to the next one. Some sentence scrambles. I just kind of want to do different ways of requesting, see if they're familiar with them. So I have you, help, can, me. What's the question? What's the question? Can you help me? Other ways we might ask for help. I got lend me you a hand, could. And here you might want, you can do it word by word. Maybe you can point to the space and say, what do you think goes here? You. It goes here. When. Sometimes you might have to give it to them. Okay. When. Me. What's next? Hand. Another way we might ask, I have could. I got favor me do could a you. Point to the first one. What goes here? Good. Goes here. You. Could you what? Favor. Favor? Sometimes I press it. No, favor. So could you do what? Do a or me? A or me? Me. A favor. The sentence structure or question structure. And then we get onto this, and this is kind of my lead out exercise near the end of the class, just kind of a role play. I call it the rock, paper, scissors role plays. So over here you have the different actions that you might request for help for. Close the window, take a picture. So I'll pick one student and I'll say, okay, you stand up. Now pick another student. Okay, you read first one. Hi, who's that? Who's that? You know, Wang Junlin. You say, hi, Li Minyao. Could you help me what? Could you help me what? Could you help me open the door? Sure, could you help me take a picture? No problem. Thanks. And you just kind of do that. You get the first two to go through it, and rock, paper, scissors. Whoever wins gets a point for their team. And then you ask them to choose another student. You know, just have them, okay, now you choose some student over here. You choose a student over here. Get them up. They can go through the same role play. Could you maybe do 3 or 4 rounds of it for if you want to. If you got more time, you can do more. If you have less time, you can just do 1 or 2 rounds. But it's a lot of fun. They kind of enjoy the rock, paper, scissors part when they get to it. And they had 10-second chat here, just kind of as a safety exercise, using some of the words. So what you'd do is you'd have students pick a student, and then you say, okay, you have 10 seconds. Give me a sentence. Give me a sentence. Give me a sentence, and use it in it. Hopefully they're going to remember. You know, can you help me or could you help me? Maybe pick a student. Ready? Ready? Give me a sentence. Please. Could you help me, please? Yes, very good. So and so. Open. I opened the door. I opened the door. Very good. Just some of the words we use. Close the window. Hoping for that phrase. I don't know why there's 2 of that in there. It's a mistake. Broken. It is broken. Could you fix it? And that was it for help. Okay, that's my lesson on help. It was just kind of a brief lesson. I would do it maybe just one, not as an lead to another lesson. It was kind of an extension of abilities, but I didn't really feel it was necessary. But it's kind of a good lesson if you have 1 week, if you can fit it in there. I think it's useful in requesting help. Maybe a little advanced for my 5th graders, but I'd still kind of consider it in that beginner's range when speaking. A little bit of the mole talk in there is maybe a little bit more advanced, but they're starting to be introduced to modals like should and could in their textbooks. So let's just say it's kind of new language, an introduction of a new language, new phrases, new patterns. And I hope that helps you out. I hope some of these exercises in here are things that you can use in your classroom. If you do, please let me know in the comment section below, or if you have any questions, please ask them down there also, and I'll get back to you. If not, thanks for watching. I appreciate that. If you could click like and subscribe, I'd also appreciate that. This is OUTTAKE ESL. This is Sean, and we will talk to you later.